If, like me, you are eager to make sure that next year is a big year for you in terms of moving the needle, then you'll be probably thinking of the thousands of ways to make sure this happens, and oftentimes in the process can find yourself getting nowhere. Well, in this video, I'll break down a 5-step guide to make sure that you do not get overwhelmed and you can get ahead of most people. Now, most of you won't even finish the end of this video, let alone take any action. So if you can really listen, you can make sure that you're one of the people that win. The first step is that you need to be competitive. Have you ever heard of the phrase, it's not the winning, it's the taking part that matters, used by most people to downplay any kind of loss in a competitive environment? Well, to me, that phrase is pretty much useless. In life, do you want to be one of the people that scrapes through their existence, barely getting by, or do you want to be part of the top 1%, the people that really get to live the life that they want on their terms? Probably the latter, right? Well, without being competitive, how do you see yourself going and beating those people, the people that are in front of you with the life that you want? You aren't, unless you just win the lottery or you get lucky somehow. And then even then, most lottery winners end up losing all their money anyway because they just don't have the right skills. Do you think if Steve Jobs was presented with the task of taking down conglomerates like BlackBerry, LG, Samsung, Nokia, and wasn't driven to be better than them, to create a product that blew them out of the water, that Apple would have been born? He was a man that worked countless hours to make sure this product wasn't just the best on features, functionality, but was able to drive the connection between people and his product, so that his competition couldn't come anywhere near him in terms of sales because people were just solely using products within the Apple environment. I mean, look at their homepage, they use the phrase designed to be loved. Since then, companies like Apple have evolved past just making the best mobile phone, but being competitive in the music device space, streaming space, and even the advancements of technologies like AI. All completely impossible without Steve Jobs' obsession to become the best. So if you find yourself moving slower towards your goals than you think you should be, find a way to make it more competitive, whether that's with your previous self or with peers or competition around you. And then moving on to step number 2. Become a creator, not a consumer. Do you often find yourself mind-numbingly scrolling through social media, binge watching Netflix, indulging in overspending and getting into bad debt, or in some cases even watching fitness content but never actually going to the gym? If this is you and you know who you are, then you fall into that consumer category. Someone who indulges in the products and the services of those who are the creators. I would say the creator-consumer line is quite a broad line, with most people sitting somewhat in the middle. You may go to work, go through the motions, come home, watch TV and repeat. But a creator may do the same but consume an educational video or consume a book on self-development. Both people consuming, but the information that they consume is very different. But if you really want to get ahead next year, you need to have a bias towards the hours creating rather than consuming. Now, this doesn't need to be in the form of creating videos or the next viral dance on TikTok, but it could be creating a business, creating a side hustle, creating new skills, or creating your dream physique in the gym. Even if you are able to push the scale slightly towards more of the creator side, you will get ahead of most people, as many don't even realize they are coasting through life living on consumer mode. The third step is to have a clear set of goals. Look, I know many people who write down their goals at the start of the year and then don't revisit them until the following January. I used to be that person. And the goals that I did write used to align to some sort of side hustle or business idea that I'd thought about at the start of the year, and 6-7 months later had been completely changed. Part of that, admittedly, is because I used to think A, the grass was always greener, but B, because I wasn't aware of the bigger goals that I was trying to achieve. Which is why having clear goals is so important, because it keeps you on that path and it keeps you having direction and a purpose. People I know who have achieved the most success always have clear set out goals. And don't be afraid if your goals sound far too big for something that you might be able to achieve within 1 year or within 5 years. This could be going out and buying 3 rental properties within 2025. Now that you've got the goal, write down what you would need to go and achieve this and start from there. It could be going out and growing a side hustle to £5,000 a month, which I'm currently trying now, so go follow my shorts to keep up with that journey. And when you do write down these goals, make sure you hold yourself accountable and make sure they're also visible. If you are a vain person, a little bit like myself at times, then put them around the mirror. If you spend far too long sat in the toilet, put them on the back of the toilet door. These goals will then allow you to look back and realise the progress that you've made. And if you haven't made the progress that you're after, then you know what you need to be doing to go and get after it. Step number 4 is build your network. And have you ever heard people say, your network is your net worth? Well, with personal brands being as important as they are today, that phrase has never been more true. A good personal brand and a good network will see you have more income, a better salary. It can see you building long-lasting brands with a reputation and a loyalty like no other. And your network can be so crucial to getting you to that goal so much faster. Networks can come in the form of like-minded people in the same industry as you. It can come as mentors, it can come as paid coaches. Your network will not only help you in struggles, but it'll also hold you accountable as well. Think of it this way, if you're paying a PT in the gym to get you a desired result, you are not only going to the gym, but you're surrounding yourself with an expert in an environment. Someone who lives and breathes fitness, who's got the dream body that you're trying to achieve. Once you then go to the gym, you're surrounded by other people in the same situation as you, trying to do the exact same thing. And then the effects are just amplified because you'll pick up on their ways of eating, their ways of dieting, their ways of training. And you'll get to your desired outcome so much more quickly than you would have done just doing this completely on your own in your bedroom. But likewise, on the other hand, if you're the PT who's going out and getting these people and you're bringing them into a gym and you're getting them the desired outcomes that they want, think of the network and think of the free advertisement that you're getting just from these people walking around. So go out and build a good network of people around you. And then the fifth and final step is don't be afraid to fail. A quote I love and most definitely will butcher from Alex Hormozy is that those with nothing have nothing to lose. And those people are the most dangerous. So many people out there are pushing themselves to try and fall into that creator side of life, but often just fear failing and just never get started in the first place. But if this is you, you need to love the idea of success more than you fear the idea of failing. Failure in my eyes is nothing but a learning curve. It's a what not to do next time. But when you do fail, you definitely need to pick up the learning from it, because if you fail at one thing, you start again and you do the exact same thing and expect different results, that's called stupidity. Now, I completely agree with being calculated when you go out and start something new. You know, you wouldn't paint a wall with a toothbrush and toothpaste. You would use paint and a paintbrush. But at the same time, don't go and overanalyze where you need to be starting. Just put the paintbrush on the wall and start applying the paint. Don't worry about which side of the wall you need to be starting on first. Just start. So I hope you enjoyed this video on the 5 ways that you can get ahead of most people in 2025. And if you did, why not check out this video I did on why you shouldn't be saving money in 2024, because the same rules are going to be applying. And as always, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you for a new video next week.